And all right. Okay, so you are a plat, Rein. What is your SR? You're plat on console, right? Like Xbox, PS4, whatever.
5, 4.
I'm not
2706. Okay, so you're about halfway, mid plat. All right. So with Junkertown, it's a little hard with Rein. Right, you can make it work, and he's really good at holding the chokes. However, the major thing that you have to be worried about with Junkertown is it's a very great sniper map. So you'll have people trying to take angles from up here. You'll have people try to get angles from over here. You can't really do much about all of them. So you just need to be able to play with your team and deny sight lines from doing a lot of damage to your team. Or at least you have to be very aware that these sight lines are going to come in at full force.
I understand.
Your Zen understands. No, do not just int into the spawn door. Okay, so running into this, you see what they're running. It's a pretty classic dive. So what you might want to be considering here is, okay, if they're gonna dive, they're gonna go for my squish your targets. Like my Zen is gonna be a big one. Mercy has some mobility. Soldier's got some mobility. Ash has got a little bit of mobility, but typically, Zen or Ash is going to be a really big target for Diva and Winston to jump. So if you're playing with them, if you're helping enable them, you're doing your job pretty well because you're providing some sort of cover to enable your DPS, right? You want to be enabling your DPS to, well, I say DPS, but I also mean Zen here. You want to be enabling them to get their job done. They need to take angles, and you need to be able to protect whatever is going to be the core angle or the Zen. You want to dissuade these tanks from jumping on top. Right, it's already. Genji tried to jump onto you. Monkey tried to jump onto you. A little bit of desync. You're doing damage here. Good job. Right, Zen's trusting you to play with him. Great job. Okay, your team is now where? So your Zen is now dropped low, right? Your Zen's out in the open, able to take fire. Your Ash is up here, but they're starting to get close to this. You need to think about dropping here, right? Your Zen's exposed. You want to be able to protect him. You want to be able to hold this choke. You need to prevent them from starting to get angles. Again, Tracer is going to start taking flanks. Even though it's not snipers, they are going to try to get flanks on you. The Genji's going to try and jump you. So you need to drop here, and you need to prevent them from getting angles past the choke. Tendency to lose track of my team. I'm guilty of that 100%. Yeah, that's a hard thing with main tank is you always have to be aware. It's very hard as main tank because as a support, you need to track your team and understand where your team is, and that's very easy to do when you're in the back looking forward, right? But when you're in the front, you can't really look back, especially when you're trying to hold the front. It's much harder to do that. So having a mental map of where your team should play is big. Okay, you drop. That's good. And your Zen is able to help you out. So your Zen can jump out. Your Mercy's pocketing your Ash here. And for the most part, I think these guys are fine here. Diva is demeched, though. So, but yeah, I have a team. Yeah. You have a team. So Diva gets demeched here. So Diva's not going to be able to help out this Ash because of her demech. So knowing that your Diva's demeched is going to be important. Right, your Ash might want to consider playing more cautiously. Right. Alright, so your Diva's pushing that. What you need to do there? The fire strike. Alright. Backing out, backing out. Okay, you're taking a lot of shield damage here. Right? So let's look at this. So you're shielding, okay. You don't have to be shielding here. Your Zen is able to so your Diva's out of mech. You are the one who's taking most of the fight here, so you're able to be in a position where you demand resources from your healers. Mercy is trying to help your Zen out and give him healing. Your Ash isn't doing anything crazy stupid, right? So you're able to take a little bit of damage, but shielding this is okay too, right? So you start swinging, you recognize, okay, I'm in a safe position to start moving. I got supports behind me. Pick up this kill. All right. You got 2 kills now. The Tracer's gone. The Winston's gone. Let's start playing a little bit more aggro, right? You've got the orb on you. You don't need to be shielding. You can afford to take some damage because you're getting the healing. The Tracer and the Winston are no longer going to be able to dive, right? So you know that the people who would also demand healing from getting pushed are not going to need it right away. So the anti scared you off. No. That like I'm talking about going into this, right? I'm trying to break this down for you step by step. So right here, you know where the diva is. You can see her, right? So you know the diva's looking at you in main, and you see the Genji right here, and you start swinging on the Genji. So you know in this moment that the people who are going to jump your squishies, like your Zen or your Ash, are either A, right in front of you dealing with you because you're playing aggressively, or B, they are looking at the respawn screen pretty much, right? Like that the Winston's not gonna jump anyone, Tracer's not gonna jump anyone. The people who might need help are not going to need help because their threats are like halfway eliminated and the other threats are looking at you. So you can play more aggressively here, right? I wouldn't recommend playing aggressively on I will not be going over today's match. Word, you can go to sleep now. Have a good night. You can play aggressively there, but turning your back to the Ana is definitely scary. So shielding this out is fine. What I want to see is ducking into corner, right? Ducking into the corner and being out of the way, letting your team know. Sorry for buying into his review. Good luck on it. Yeah, no problem, man. That's the reason these are streamed. So you're able to play here and back into this corner just to dodge the damage coming in, because you can still poke out and start holding this choke. Let your team know that you're backing, right? What ends up happening here is you like start moving in, and you've got the Harmony orb on you, and you're just letting your shield take pressure, and it's not even like. Let me go over this. Let me go over this in like quarter speed so you can see. Right? Okay, Genji's deflecting. Diva's maybe pushing. Genji's out. I don't see them. I'm around this corner. Okay, shield down, right? But you keep it up. You keep it up. You keep it up. And then now you're poking out and you're letting it get pressured by this diva, because the diva's not going to do enough damage to kill you here, right? So you can take like a little bit of damage here, especially with the Harmony orb on you. All right, you're getting healed, you're getting healed, you're getting healed. You're still holding your shield up, right? While you're getting healed, and it's almost breaking, right? So you're really towing the line here. I'm afraid of it getting broken, because if you need it in a second here to block a teammate, you don't have it, right? You shield this, all right? And now you cross over. So you know to go in here, but you should have done this earlier, right? Going aggro, let your shield charge. They've got Rein. All right. MTD. Tracer's on the back line. Okay. You are getting distracted by the Tracer. The Tracer is not your primary concern. Your squishies are your primary concern. Right? So again, having that mental map is going to be important. So you're playing the choke. Okay. You know the Tracer's back here. Protect your squishies, right? Because you going out here, you're chasing after her. You don't really have an idea of where she is. All right. Don't get super distracted by her. Because if you do that and you let your squishies just be behind you, or they're expecting you to hold the front or hold close to them, and you're just going chasing off a Tracer, right? It's not going to be good for them. Mercy's helping you. Okay. Right here. Where are your healers? Can you Zen see you? Kind of. Okay. Can you Mercy see you? Yes, but if she was going to try and get close to heal you, it's going to be bad for her, right? So you're starting to overextend just like a little bit. You're starting to get to a point where people are going to be able to shoot you from all angles. This Genji can start shooting you here. This Diva can start shooting you here. They're starting to respawn. This Rein's going to challenge you. This is a point where you need to start thinking about backing out. Yeah, okay. So you recognize that. Fire strikes here. Rein plays way too aggressively. You punish him for it. Good. Right, and now you're holding forward again. Right, so what happened while you were holding forward? Right, okay. You played forward. You started challenging this guy. You pulled back. Your Zen's overextending just a little bit. It's okay. He gets a kill. So Zen dies. Yeah, why does Zen die? D.Va just runs right by. Right? You chase this kill. You chase this kill, you go way too far. D.Va dived him. Tracer dived him, right? D.Va was handling the situation, and you saw a kill. That's fine. You don't have to chase it, because that Rein's not going to be able to do anything there. Right? What needs to happen? Like, why do they decide that's the time to dive? Right? What tells the Tracer and the D.Va we need to be diving now? I'm gonna let this play in quarter speed so you see it, right? Think about what situation they look for. Actually, let me play from Tracer's perspective. Right? They see the Zen alone. Nobody's protecting him. Yeah, they see both tanks are forward. They see you pushing. I'll play from the D.Va's perspective now.
My ultimate is almost ready. My ultimate is charged. I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Alright, okay. D.Va's just taking like tiny little shots. She's not committing to anything. She's shooting a shield because it's there. Alright, she's not really doing a whole lot here. D.Va doesn't want to do anything here. She's just chilling. Alright. She sees you pulling back. She sees that. Alright. So D.Va hasn't like left this position. She's just chilling here because she's able to get damage in. And now she sees that the Zen is moving back while you're moving forward. And the soldier's over here. And she knows, okay, this is the time to go in. Right? This is what the D.Va's recognizing. And that's why she jumps him right now. Is because you're not playing close to your Zen. Again, you're thinking a lot about the Rein here, and while killing the Rein is good, you're losing your Zen for it, and Zen's gonna be back a lot slower than that Rein. Hi, Katie. Welcome to the show. Right, so you've pushed in and left your Zen mildly exposed in this situation. Right. And you're anti-nated, so you don't have a Zen anymore, which hopefully you recognize, okay, I don't have heals out here, and your Mercy's trying to res it. So you are not in a position, this is where you're not in a position to be overextending or demanding resources, because you don't have them. Short pin, okay. You leave the baby D.Va. Get that deflected. Okay. You need healing, but again, what happened? Your Zen died because he got fire striked. Right, so... Charge in, trying to pin the D.Va. Cool. Like, that's fine. Okay, you leave the D.Va there. You're looking right at this Genji. You fire strike him. Where's the Zen see? Oh, Zen walks right into it. And I think he gets hit by the other Rein's fire strike too. Actually, does he get double fire strike? Where does he take all this damage from? I'll play it slow.
Here it comes. Deine Valkyrie ist da.
Okay, so that Zen's in a weird corner there. Fire strike comes out. Oh, he actually just gets double. Yeah, that's two. Oh my god, that's two fire strikes. That's two fire strikes layered right there. That sucks, right? Man lives just to die again. So D.Va could have helped out there, but also fire striking right into the Genji is not ideal. So your Zen's just come back. You don't have res. You don't have Zen, right? So again, you're not in a position to demand resources. Like Mercy's gonna heal you, but they also have a lot of options available to them. With their ults coming online, like they're about to be at 6 ults. You're about to be at 6 ults. Actually, you're using your ults now. So if they try to invest into this fight, you have to be mindful that, like, okay, my Mercy's helping me. I can't be taking resources away from the rest of the team, right? I can't be taking too much damage. You have to play it slow here. But now you're going in. You're going in to, like, enable this mob or something. Right? Okay. Where's your team? So Soldier's alone. Ashe is playing very close now. Your team's trying to go in with you. and Zen's all the way back here. So you only have Mercy heals, and you are going in right now. You're leading the charge for your team. Your team is trying to follow you, right? Because they see the Rein, and they're gonna go, okay, well, like Rein's leading the charge, right? Rein's the main tank. So they see you going forward, and they're trying to monkey see, monkey do here. Right, they're trying to get these angles. You guys can just chill. Your team can just chill here. All right, see you later, Kitty. Okay, so you're shielding your team here. That's fine. Okay, Nano Blade. Guy jukes you out. Protecting your Zen, that's good. Oh, okay. So now you're getting distracted by the things that you're not going to be able to hit, right? You're not thinking about what's the threat, right? All right, Nano Blade gets hard countered. They commit it. They commit Nano after seeing the trance, which I already don't like, right? Because they know this shouldn't be working. So he's not getting a whole lot. So you're trying to clear the threat. Yeah. So Blade is nullified here. Blade's not going to do enough unless they jump the soldier, but you're not going to be able to help the soldier. So now the worry is the front line, right? Like, okay, now we're in a position where they've used Nano, they've used Blade, they've swapped off their diva, they're on new heroes, so they've given up a lot of ult advantage that they had, right? You need to be worried about this front line pushing because they're gonna try and take a neutral fight, and the only thing that they have right now is Shatter. You should be aware that because you've had Shatter and you've been holding on to it for so long, right? How long has this game been going on already? Like 2.5 minutes? Right? You know that you have Shatter, and you know you've been hanging on to it for a while because you've been getting some good cleave damage in. You should be aware in the back of your mind, okay, that Rein probably has Shatter too, right? I don't think you're tracking it. Or if you are tracking it, you're not thinking about doing anything about it. So this is fine because you're trying to keep this Genji off of your backline, right? Or I say backline, it's kind of a mess here, but you're trying to keep it off the people you're trying to protect. Okay, fine. Good, right? Now you should be thinking about the front line again. Okay, now you see this Mercy here, and you're like, oh, well, I need to camp the body. Like, I need to prevent this Mercy from getting the res off. Okay, maybe, but don't lose sight of the fact that, okay, Mercy's going around here, and you're doing what? Like, what exactly are you doing? You're swinging at her. You're trying to keep her off the body. Okay. Denying res is fine, but she'd be a little goofy to go for that res anyways because it's already being camped, right? All of you were there. It would be a very interesting res for her to go for. And you've let your team get stunned here because you were chasing something else, right? I'm gonna go back to it again. I want you to watch this Mercy, right? Do you think this Mercy can get on this with the diva here, with the soldier here? Do you think that Mercy is able to really do much about that? Your Ashe is here, right? There's like 4 bodies here. Realistically, yeah, no, she's not gonna go for that. I mean, admittedly, this is a console plat game, so she might, right? But it'd be a very ambitious one. And you've already got shield up here too, and you just flash it. Okay, you're not saving the Zen because the Zen is way out of position. That's not on you, right? I mean, if you had been holding forward a little bit more, like, yeah, you could have protected him, but I don't necessarily think that that's the move, right? But you just weren't ready for the Shatter, and he gets your team, right? Your team is on their backs because you were not ready for it. All right, so both of you get cleaved out. Yeah, you're way too distracted. It's good that you wanted to deny the res, but don't give up the main objective, right? Like, you have to think about what is going to be their win condition. It's not the resurrection. It's them getting a Shatter on you. Okay? You got high ground here. Shielding off your soldier. Your team is not likely going to be able to recontest this, given how quickly people are going to get back. Like, you might actually be able to get a fight back, but you have to really time it well here. Because your diva's not ready. All right, shield's taking damage.
Let's push the payload back.
You've jumped in alone, right? Your team is not ready to help you. Your Mercy's got beam on you. Your soldier's trying to take an angle, but you are going to be the central focus fire here, and Mercy Zen is not going to be enough to keep you up because you don't have D.Va ready to help, right? I understand that you want to contest the payload, but you've got a little bit of time to do this. Ideally, D.Va's the one who's team stream drop. I remember, but you're right still. Yeah. I mean, the team's probably pressuring you here, but you still have time, right? Don't let them pressure you out. You still have time to do something, especially because your D.Va is not ready for this fight. And you're going to lose this because your team's not ready for this fight, right? Like I can almost guarantee right now. Bam, dead. Right, so you dropped. Okay, you touched the point for 3 seconds. You've stopped nothing, and now they're in a 5v6, right? And I have a hard time putting the blame on you here because the team is the one telling you this, right? That you're just doing what the team says, and in a way that's good, right? Because at least you're cooperating with them. But you know, dropping here is not going to be the time, right? If I play this in half speed, what happens? Everybody's little chevrons, right? The damage dealers are all looking at you. Rein's fire striking you. Genji's getting an angle. Your Ashe isn't quite set up yet. Your Zen isn't able to put orb on you in time. Your Mercy's putting beam on you. Soldier can't drop you the med pack from there, right? So nobody's in position to do anything about this, and you're challenging the point, and you're going to take all the focus fire, right? And the team just isn't ready to take pressure off of you. There's no way that they can take pressure off of you. So you die for that. Right? Good idea, bad execution.
Welcome to Junkertown.
Or bad timing specifically. You had a little bit more time to play with. You sometimes just have to cut it close if it means that your team will be ready to help you. Right? Because your Ashe wasn't even ready to start doing like dynamite damage. If your Ashe... Actually, let me go back a little bit. If your Ashe had been there in time... Let's see, have you died yet? Yeah, you've died here. When do you drop?
Let's push the payload back.
All right, you drop as soon as your Ashe is coming up here. If your Ashe was able to land a dynamite here, right, the pressure comes off of you so much because they don't want to be taking damage from multiple angles, right? You've died before this Ashe is able to get her first shot off. Right. So I'll speed through it. It's a little timing thing, but it matters a lot, right? Okay. So now they're playing a brawl. They really don't have any high ground control besides Genji, so it's okay for you to be playing low ground here because they're probably going to do the same, right? You just want to match their rank. Still got your shatter. Okay. You got D.Va helping you. You see the matrix there. Where are your healers, actually? All right. Okay. So your Zen is down here getting damage boosted. Mercy's not able to help you, so be mindful here that like this is not where you want to start going in, right? Even though you got help. Okay, cool. You're fine here. Throwing Bob in. You used Valk already. Moving for the high noon. That's fine. Rein's discorded. Cool. Yeah, like this is fine. You're playing this corner and you're not letting them out of this room. If I'm to play this back, they are too afraid to push because they know the Bob's here, so they don't want to push this doorway. They know you're here, so they don't want to push this doorway. So you playing right here is keeping them in that room. Zen goes a little too far there. That's a terrible grab by that Zarya. Okay. Trying to get a kill there. But there's no reason to be in this room anymore, right? They're getting respawns back. All right. In this position, when you think that they have Nanoblade here and you've used your one defensive ult, it's not a terrible idea to try and shatter this Genji, right? So playing up here is okay. Let me spectate overlay this. Right. Oh, my viewer count is dropping significantly. Right, where are you? Okay, this fight's over. You should be getting set up. All right, try to set up here, because they're getting set up faster than you are. Right. So you playing on the low ground to check the Rein here is okay, but understand that they're starting to set up the angles on you. Right. They've got the Rein forward. They've got the Ana back. The McCree's gonna be able to shoot either here or here, and the Genji's gonna be able to shoot from around here or behind. So they're starting to get things set up around you. I don't think you have any real way of responding to this Nanoblade here. Okay. Nope, he just slashes you down. All right. There's nothing you can do but back out there. So holding high ground there would have been fine, because you can drop and challenge the Rein anyways if they all start running main, but they got high ground instead and they start pushing from there. Okay. Going in. Where's your team? Right? You were like the second person to die. Okay. So your team again is not ready, right? You've got time to challenge the cart. You have a Diva and a Zen and neither DPS, right? So what's gonna happen is this McCree can push here and shoot into you. He can push here, kill this backline, shoot into you from the behind, right? But you're, again, taking all the focus, and you're not going to have enough help. Especially by... Okay, yeah, you go really far in. So now your supports have to poke out to help you. You're antied. All right. So they die there. Diva doesn't have them back. Right, and they just chase you out, right? And they shatter you. Okay, so what did you achieve by being out here? Really not much, right? And you've been holding on to the shatter for ages. Like, don't worry about getting a 6K or whatever it is you're looking for, right? But you gotta make something happen. So you get antied because you're getting swings in that don't matter. Fire strikes in. You have no shield left. Your shield breaks. Your worry is that it gets blocked. I keep waiting for your shield to break or drop, but I can never get the timing right. That's okay. Just catch someone who's out of position, right? Like, this Rein's getting you when people are out of position. He went for that Zen, I'm pretty sure, on the first fight, and he got 5 more people because your shield dropped. But he was trying to use it to cheat the fight a little more. Right, so your shield got broken. Why? Right, why aren't you able to block this? Okay, so you weren't holding high ground here. You've seen this. You're not able to help your team out. You just get swiped on. Okay, whatever. You see, you go in. Right. Why does this shield break? You get antied and holding it up, like, you're just giving them an option to shoot at. But you're not taking space back. You're not making any presence for your team. Your team's out there. Yeah, you went out for no reason. You let it take a bunch of damage. Exactly. Right? So now your shield breaks because you have no other out, even though you're getting double pocketed, right? You're getting double pocketed by your supports, and your shield's about to break. And you're at half HP, right? Because you just went out. Like, your team couldn't outkill the damage you're taking. And then this just comes through, right? So this lets them clean up and get presence. Oh, I see what you're going for there. Let me go back. Yeah, no, this, I mean, you're gonna take a bunch of damage. I saw what you were going for, but at this point, they've what does shatter do, right? Yeah, counter shatter at their left. Yeah, what does that shatter do, right? So you've been holding on to the shatter for 2 points, and you've done nothing with it, which is really disappointing. Right, could have shattered the Genji, could have shattered people who are out of position. Dodge. We got demeched. Deflected again. Okay, you're going in. Where's your healers? Okay, healers right behind you. Soldiers right behind you. D.Va's getting hurt. Ashe is on the flank. Hot valve for you. Okay, get that right. Oh boy. What happened? Did your team just get anti there? Your Zen got anti there. And you've just taken a lot of damage from what? What did so much damage to you? Why am I not seeing what did all that damage to you? Okay, so you take 100 there. Sure. 340, 266 because Genji's shooting into you from behind. Okay. Right, so you're trying to engage at half HP. Sorry, not great. Back out a little. Back at half. Okay. You want to swing on the Rein. And you lose 100 HP off of the swing. That's damage boosted. And then the fire strike that's damage boosted, right? So you saw the target, but you engaged at just not a great time. Your team might be able to clean this up, though. Okay. Trying to kill the Genji. Nice. You got the extent. Yeah, you saw the purple orb and got excited. Yeah, makes sense. Oh boy. Okay. You saw the Rein. I don't think you saw much else, right? Let's see this. You saw pick potential, but who is going to help you, right? They're coming back with respawns. They have a healer here. They have sleep. They have anti here. I would not be surprised if you got killed for this, like, right away. Okay, you got out. Wait, what? They just let you out? Oh, they missed the sleep. Okay. And you back out immediately. Yeah, you recognize the situation, put yourself in. Okay. Oh. Too far away. Nice. Shielding your team. Okay, not bad. The intent was there. You were just too far out. Right. So you definitely tried. Yeah. No, I mean, like, this is okay, right? I think knowing that your Zen was gonna trance this though would have been helpful though, because you know you can just like take it. Instead, shattering something like here after this grab might be okay, right? The intent was good, but I think you weren't aware of your ult situation with the Zen. Because I can think of this shatter being really useful right around now. What happened? You just turned your back? You just let them shoot you in the butt? Okay. So you're trying to push into that. You see the purple orb. You remember what happened last time? Shatter. Misses. Okay, fine. You try to charge him. I thought my crew's gonna go for a flank. Oh, okay. Good block though. Like, you should have been shielding this anyways. He shouldn't be shattering this anyways. But yeah, they really messed that up because of the trance. Like, that trance does a lot for you. That's a good combo. You thought McCree was going for a flank. Okay. But you've seen this McCree, right? Like, I'm like 90% sure you've seen the McCree. I want to see you come back on this. Alright. Oh no, McCree's still fighting this as you jump in. Alright, so you have no idea where the McCree is. Your team's not telling you this? No, okay, the McCree's died. And he's getting res. Okay. So you see the Mercy, you see the McCree coming back. Like, you should know where he is approximately. And the D.Va's fighting him. That's on the D.Va for not challenging that better. Yeah, I can see why you're confused. Oh, you like just got a glimpse of his toes up there too. Your team was retreating around the corner for that. Yeah, so I'm noticing though, there's a lot of times where you are just very far forward in front of your team, right? Uh-oh. Yeah, don't get distracted by that McCree. You got a fight that needs to happen. Helping the Mercy get the res, that's fine. Pushing them back. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, what happened? Okay, Genji's dashed. Genji's deflected. I feel like you wanted to chase that McCree. Okay. Right here, you have wound up in another weird position, right? Your team is so far back. Your Zen got picked off. You only have the Mercy heals, and it's not on you, right? You should know that you need to be going back, not in. Right, if I watch this back, when does the Zen die? Yeah, Mercy heals is not a whole lot. Right? Okay, so Genji dies. Your Zen's low. And he gets picked by that McCree that was up on the high ground, right? So your Winston was not helping that situation. Mercy doesn't have res for this. So you're backing out very slowly. And you're letting the Rein catch up to you too by shielding him off, right? You can jump back and shield. You going swinging. All right. Zen dies here. Zen dies here. You should know to back out. And then you're taking this fight. So you have to shield because of that Zarya. But it doesn't even matter. So you get blasted because the Zen gets blasted. That's kind of more on your monkey, really, I think. But you don't have to go that wild with it. You're chasing kills quite often when you have control over the situation if you don't do anything. Right, your job as Rein is very similar to a bouncer, trying to keep people like off of the point and away from the objective. Downtown charge, I like. Okay, you're just gonna die on cooldown here. Right, you get very aggressive when you don't have a composition that's gonna let you go aggressive, right? Your composition is very slow, all things considered. Yeah, you shift in, you back out with shield. They ran you over. Okay. Okay, now you're on Winston. Oh, okay, you're on Winston. So you and your team have swapped up a little bit. Okay. With Winston, you don't really have a composition to work with this, so you going aggressive here is not going to be helpful because you don't have anyone to follow through with you, right? So what you need to do is you need to be jumping on discorded targets with that Zen, and you need to make sure that you have the healing orb and are playing somewhere that your Zen or Mercy can help you. Yeah, this is a little scary. Right, so right here, the McCree's not in a bad position because he's alone, right? So if you jumped onto this, you can take this high ground. You can start zapping them from here. Your team will be able to help you out. You'll probably have to force this McCree out, right? Especially if you have the healing. Okay. Doing a 360. You could just finish off the Kree there, but whatever. All right. So holding this is fine. Staying up here, right? You stay there. Your team starts getting payload progress. Your team's able to heal you up, right? Your Mercy's right there. This is fine because it's going to do enough pressure from an off angle where not only are they getting zapped from here, they're getting zapped from here. So this is a good place to be right now. You don't need to overdo anything. What? Monkey's low and you don't follow through. Yeah, you do like a weird 360 setup. Alright. So your Mercy was not on you. You jump out to escape. Alright, fine. Don't forget you have the bubble. And you disengage. You disengage really far out of these fights. Alright. Looking for a health pack. You're not able to help your team. Ooh, Ash is putting in work though. Alright, take that high ground back. Okay. Alright, put your bubble down if you need to. Cool. And now you push payload. Okay. Oh, look where you're jumping into. Right? Okay, so you kill the Rein here, which is beneficial. And what is your plan now? What's your plan? Right? Admittedly, they don't have healers, so this isn't like the worst or most losing situation for you. But like, look what you just jumped into, right? Their DPS is gotta be able to turn on you really quickly. All right, you run back. Your Rein's able to bail you out. Going again on top of the DPS, chasing them out. Okay, this is not as bad though because your Mercy's prepared to go with you, right?
Have my thanks.
Just hold them at this door. Yep. No need to chase it. Just keep them out. Make it painful. What happened? Why'd you give up on that door? You relied on your healers a lot with Monkey, which probably wasn't smart. I mean, it's not as much relying on your healers. It's knowing when your healers are seeing you, right? Knowing when you can rely on your healers is important. This is fine because your Mercy's with you, right? Like, this jump's good because your Mercy's with you and you might get this kill. And you need to kill a high charge area, right? But then going in, right, you're not able to... Like, you're out of line of sight. Your team's not going to be able to help you out. Your Mercy's going to possibly lose LOS on you, too, and lose the beam. You're pushing way too far in. They're able to shut you down, right? Just watch that rat die. You can hold that corner, right? You can hold that corner and prevent them from getting through. Because where does this Mercy come from, right? Where's our Mercy? Yeah, she just goes in. She goes in to get this res, right? So you could have held that door, or even better, right? Like, once that rat dies, and you know, like, okay, people are gonna be respawning, you could jump up here and try to hold this, right? You can jump up here, hold this window, try to shut them out from there. You got a lot of flexibility as Monkey to hold different doors, right? But then you don't really do any of them. You just kind of sit on the cart, and you're not protecting your team. You're not helping anything. You're not contributing to the fight. Rein charging in gets you shattered. You get CC'd. So they got a good recontest in there. Oh, this is very winnable. Yeah, just focus it down. On the dice, nice. Yeah, that's fine. Lots of ults that got used there, but it's okay because they invested quite a bit too. Okay, take this high ground. Yep, don't let them have it. Perfect. Hey, don't give it up though. Okay, well you just gave it up, right? You gave it up and you jumped back in. You being up there was preventing them from wanting to push into you. And now you get chased out. Alright, so you've done nothing with that jump. Jump back in again. They're still here. Alright, and you jumped and been surrounded so you drop again. So you're not able to commit to anything here. And you're just kind of giving them ult charge. You just straight missed that one. Where's this McCree? McCree just got behind you the entire time, right? What if you were just holding up here? Like, is there a real reason for you to not just hold? Right here? What's pressuring you? Your Mercy can still see you. Your Zen is very far up, right? Your Zen should probably be pushing payload, but like, do you know where your healers are? Right?
Barrier activated.
Like, you're chilling. You don't need to be the one on the payload here. You're chilling here. Right?
Damage output increased.
Like, your Mercy's trying to help you. All right, you go back in. Now they're taking this fight. Right? Maybe do something about that, right? I didn't think there was value being up there doing nothing, but you're not doing nothing, right? Like, you're not actively zapping things, but you don't need to be because A, you already have your ult, right? So you don't need to feed them ult charge. You have your ult, but you're denying them. Like, if I look at this McCree, right? So I get bad spawn, right? Or I get good spawn actually, but I'm very forward here, right? Okay, people are coming back. Look where he's shooting, right? Monkey's in. Okay, well, crap. I don't want to hold that now, right? So look how far back he's coming. He's like, okay, I really don't want to hold this. Look how far back he has to play. McCree's not able to do anything. You existing there is pushing that McCree out. Now his team's back, right? But now McCree's got his position back. And now you jump here again. You jump to the same spot 3 times, right? And now this is doing nothing, right? Because you're just going in, you're letting this McCree get ult charge, right? You're letting the team get ult charge and zap you down, right? That's doing nothing, right? Winston's very good at zoning people out because there's a threat of damage. Rein does the same thing. Oh boy, both healers gone. Yeah, this fight's over. All right, so hopefully you don't primal this. That's fine. Yeah, so the team was able to get set up, right? You could have controlled this for a bit, and then if you wanted, you could have controlled this for a bit if you felt like people were gonna flank. Right, but there was no control. There was no control over the position. You kept taking space and losing it. I think if you get other people to review this gameplay too, like you'll probably hear the same thing. All right, you misjudged the jump. Main. All right. There's an Ana back here with nobody to help her. This should be your next target, right? If I go back, do you see that? Right. What are your targets as Winston? Probably not the McCree as much. Probably not the Junkrat as much because that's gonna hurt. And obviously neither the tank. So it's really just gonna be the Ana, right? You're looking to jump that Ana. Way too far there. You see the Ana. From the grab. Everybody just shoots you. Yeah, you get confused. Squishes the backline, yeah. Okay, so they used pretty much everything for that fight, and they switched off of Rat to Genji. So they have nothing for that fight. Kind of an overinvestment from them. All right, so you know that you can't make that back jump. Right. So now I need you to engage when your team is ready to engage. Is your team ready to engage? Not really. Your Ashe doesn't have a great angle. Your Zen doesn't have a great angle. Right. You're gonna go in, and who's gonna be able to follow up here? Maybe the Reaper, depending on who you jump. Right, people start to follow through. You chase the Genji. Why as well you're chasing this Genji? The Reaper goes in, nobody's there to help him, right? Okay. Like, Genji's out of the fight. You've done your job by zoning him out. You don't need to hunt for this kill. Because while you do a lot to Genji, and Winston typically is regarded as a Genji counter, right? Genji can definitely win a duel against a Winston, especially when you're taking a bunch of damage on entry. This is good to kill this Zarya, right? Even though you don't get it. But then you see this Genji, you mess up the jump as soon as he's out of this range, like you need to abandon this. Right? He gets a mega pack, runs out, and then you're not doing anything here. This is more effective, but your team has gone in and you are not engaging with them. Right? Let's look at this one more time. Okay, team's engaging. Right, your Reaper is in. The Reaper's trying to get things done. Your team is going in, and you are not. Right, your team is trying to get in there, and you are not buying any attention. You are not doing any pressure from a high ground. You're not chasing people out. Right, you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing while your team's trying to engage. Like your Ashe is in a bad position too. So this is a lot of just like team comm problems, which is not uncommon in Plat. But like Ashe isn't ready. Rein's going in. Zen's trying to get things going in. Reaper went in way early, right? Nobody's there to follow through. And your team's investing ults. You are nothing. That's not what I said. I didn't say that. Also, hello, Galen. Welcome to the VOD review. Never said that, Galen. Don't put words in my mouth. Alright. Okay. So you scuff the jump. Let's see this. Hold on one second. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth, Galen. Yeah, you're not familiar with the Winston jumps. Okay, let's see this. So your Rein's trying to lead the charge. Your Reaper using that already. So you're trying to chase people out of the high ground. It doesn't quite work like that, right? Okay, so you take this high ground instead. That bubble's really early. Let me go back to that. Right. Yeah, you can't do that because, and I don't know if you're familiar with the Winston mechanics, right? I feel like there's a good chance you might not be fully familiar with them. So, let's wait for this jump. There he goes. Now, all right. So he's got that hang time. All right, Zarya comes back out here. Right. When you deploy bubble, it goes, it doesn't like follow your body, right? As soon as you click it, it deploys there, right? It says, okay, this is where I'm going. So this bubble is not going to protect you. You have to bubble when you land. Even though the animation says that you're landing it there, it's basically as you cast it is where it deploys. Right, so you end up having to abandon that high ground. Alright, this is not a bad time to do something here. But you have no high ground control, right? Like, you keep... At this point, I almost just want to see you just go D.Va, right? I feel like D.Va would just do more, because you'd at least be more incentivized to take the high ground. Alright, let's look at this situation. So Ana's in the back. You still haven't challenged this Ana whatsoever. You mess up the bubble. That freaks you out. You're fine there. You're actually okay up there. Like, you're not being pressured out quite yet. So you could definitely chase the Zarya out. But you give up on that. So you lose that high ground. Then you see the Genji, so you go for that. Zarya's still behind you. McCree's still behind you. McCree's got this flank. Yeah, there's nobody on high ground. You haven't set anything up for your team. Now you decide to use the primal. Trying to win this fight. Okay, somebody dies. You're gonna be able to do anything about it. No, get out of that. Right? If you want to chase the team out of high ground, you can primal that, right? While your team's going in. Right? Or let me go back. Right. Okay. Rein's going in. You're going in. You mess up that jump. That would have been a good place to primal if you were in there, just because you can kill the McCree and maybe the Mercy. All right. Right here. Are you trying to chase people off of high ground? Do you know what the high ground situation is? Like, you could primal this Zarya off while your team is getting set up. Right? Primal's not going to be a fight-winning ult. You're free to kind of expend it a little more. Or, like, even jumping into the middle of this, right? If you really want, you could jump into the middle of this, primal, and then chase that Ana, right? Force the healers out. Do some pressure. But you just jump right in, and you only jump in to take damage. Right? There's, like, a bunch of different opportunities, and you decide to do it here. You decide to do it here because you're trying to chase people. That was my main aim, to chase people off the high ground, so D.Va probably would have been a way better pick. Yeah, like, D.Va does that a little bit better than Monkey, although, like, Monkey's okay. Right? It's Plat, so the meta like isn't too important, but it just feels like you're not jumping with purpose, right? Like you're jumping and then you're dropping. You're jumping to take space and then you're like, oh no, this isn't gonna work, and you drop. You jump into the middle of the team and then you get focused down. You jump into the middle of the team with primal and like you have the opportunity to chase someone down and you just don't, right? Like you jump off of cooldown and you don't know why you're doing it, right? I think is the big problem I'm seeing with Monkey here. You don't have a plan, right? You jump and you kind of end up in a situation where like, okay, now what? Oh, you missed that one too. At least with D.Va, you get it faster. Alright, your Mercy's still in there.
60 seconds.
Oh, you should have taken that Mega. Why didn't you take the Mega there? Your Mercy just died, and you're gonna depend on your Ana to heal you up as your team's engaging, right? Like never mind the fact that yes, it's obviously a mistake that your Mercy was still in this fight, right? That's a problem. That's on your Mercy for being in this fight still. I'm not gonna deny that. All right, you miss that jump. Mercy gets picked off, right? Your Reaper's taking damage. He's getting healed. Mercy goes in too far, gets picked. Okay, bad Mercy, terrible Mercy. You're taking damage. You literally look at the health pack. You know your Mercy's dead. You get you get nated by Ana, and you're like, yeah, no, that should be good, right?
60 seconds.
And you ignore the health pack. Just take the health pack, dude. Like you're gonna jump in at half HP because you're Ana through nade, and you're like, yeah, this will be good enough. I mean, you jump on the Zarya with no HP. You're demanding resources from your Ana to make sure you thought it's get healed by your Ana. Well, yeah, like you're gonna get healed by your Ana, but who's not like? This is going back to the thing that we said at the very beginning, where you're gonna demand resources from your team when other people need them as well, right? Especially with that Mercy down, and then you leave, right? Where's your Ana? All right, now your Ana's in. All right, so your Ana is healing you because she's trying to heal whoever she can for Nano. She's not gonna be able to help that Reaper who's going in.
My ultimate is joking.
Alright. Try to chase that Zarya off high ground. Don't let her just be shooting him for free. Okay, you try to rejoin your team. Zarya's on you. Okay, you know how to shield dance. They get behind you. Low level Ana's bad. Don't trust them for shit. True.
Natural selection.
Alright, okay, you chase him out. Like that's fine. You denied this.
30 seconds.
You denied this guy's angle.
remaining.
Okay, so your healers were leading you here. They're expecting you to go push out more. Kill Zarya.
Natural selection.
He's up there. Right. This McCree out of position. Right. This is like, okay, I can jump on him, I can zap him, I can chase him down. Right? Because your team's trying to push. Parakeet's angered. And you're getting healed by the Mercy, right? So you have the resources. You're depending on the healers, but that's okay because you're like, you can rely on the healers when they're there. Your healers are there. Good job. Good call. Okay.
Nano boost administered.
What they say, a payload in motion. Stay.
Okay, so they get stuff done. Also, welcome back, Katie. So that's a little scary. So let's see. I meant to jump on the other bit of high ground, like that little ledge. Okay, so let's see this. So door's gone. They nano for the blossom. Alright. You have high ground here, fine. The Reaper's probably not getting out. Yeah, he overcommits, that's fine. Right here, you can stay here. wanted to. Another scuff jump, right? Okay, so now you'll end up in the middle here. Your Mercy is the only one able to heal you. Your Ana is not going to be able to see you, and she's getting focused by the Genji, right? So you're engaging onto something that is not going to look good. Don't commit to this engagement.
60 seconds.
Alright, you can zone. Okay, you can zone people out. Oh, going in. Scary. Alright, yeah, you can back out of that. Yeah, try and protect your supports with this. Good peel. This is actually pretty good. Nice. Alright. Getting healed up. Maybe take that high ground. Try to zap him from above. Alright, you're in their back line now. Still okay. Right. Oh, you see the Mercy and you don't see what's behind you. Right, you're jumping again into situations that you're like not thinking about too hard. Right? Let's see you jump in. You're not thinking about where you're gonna land. And you back out of that. And you jump in again to chase that Mercy, and now you're in a sandwich situation. Like, this is not great. Higher level will definitely punish you for this. But this is console plot, so. Alright, so you are zoning the Mercy out. You shouldn't have traded spots in there. Focus at Rein, focus at Rein, focus at Rein. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah, you overstayed your welcome. Alright, so you could have blocked the Mercy off there in that room. Keep her out. Right, not let her rejoin the team. And then you step forward here, and your team is backing, right? Like you want to kill the Rein. Oh boy, yeah. It doesn't help that your Ana gets headshot there. Your Rein's trying to protect you as you're pushing forward, and isn't protecting the Ana either.
10 seconds remaining.
Take it, there's a bit of overtime here.
Its destination. Overtime.
Galen, are you still in my chat?
Огонь по готовности.
Yep. So, okay, you touch. All right. So, I just want to get your opinions on this. I don't know how long you've been here for, but you know, you're free to chime in as well. So, okay, so the Winston gameplay mechanically is not very good, right? And I don't expect it to be perfect, right? I don't expect it to be good, like great in plat, but like mechanics are definitely a problem that you have with Winston. Just not understanding how to jump, not understanding how your bubble works. But more importantly than that, I feel like this Winston keeps jumping into positions without a plan, right? And doesn't think about how to take the high ground, doesn't think about what he's jumping into, and isn't holding it well, right? The primary examples I see of this are,
Triple kill.
let's see. So,
Thanks.
let's see. You ended up winging it, doesn't go well, right? Okay, so like here, right? So you don't finish off from the pre. Holding this, sure, right? You get flashbanged and sudden everybody turns towards you, and you kind of just jump out entirely and then leave, right? Or you do it in a later one. Where is it? It's like right here. You jump and you take yourself out of the fight entirely, right? You take yourself out of the fight because you don't think about where you're going, right? You know, okay, I want the health pack, but more importantly, you know, I want to be out of this fight, and you remove yourself for a very long time. Another example of you not knowing like what it is that you're trying to hold, right? The space you're trying to control is in this situation, right? Where you're going in. You're going in, you see the Junkrat die, and then you decide that this isn't important anymore, right? So you decide that this door is no longer important, like right around here, and you're not holding the high ground either. And instead, what ends up happening is people just use the opportunity to rush in. You get shattered, you get antied, right? Like things go badly. And you get rezzed off of this, right? The team clutches it up, but I can't particularly say that this is all on the back of you doing something, right? This is more like your team happened to have things ready to go here. I think about your attempts to jump up here, right? Your ability to hold this high ground is good here. And you're encouraging your team to push up and start taking space and play aggressively. You're encouraging aggression out of your team. And then you just decide to dip out, right?
Damage output increased.
Like, look, you leave this and then you jump right into the team again. But if you're planning on holding up here, just stay up here, right? Like be a threat. Be intimidating. Use your jump to get out. Right? If you get into trouble, you can jump to get out, but hold this, right? You clearly plan on holding it, but you keep dropping and then jumping to go back in. It's like, okay, well, either are you in trouble or are you not, right? Like, I can't tell. So it feels like there's no plan to the engagement. You just keep saying, oh, I can jump on people and try and Kuba stop them, right? Then you like right here is a perfect example, right? This is actually, I think an incredible example right here is, okay, so you jump, try to do something. I think it's this next one right here. You can't even see anyone. You can't even see anyone, and you've just done this 3 times in a row, and you know that you want to do it a 4, right? And then you like don't even know who you want to go for, right? You're like, oh wait, there's Zarya. You have no plan for your jump. 0 plan whatsoever. You jump up there and you're hoping that maybe you hit something, right? It's just a waste. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy and right? And it doesn't pay off, right? You just take damage every time you try to engage. It's adjacent to feeding at that point, right? So Galen, I don't know if you're inclined to agree with that, but like that's a big observation I'm making with the Winston play at least. I'll look back at the Rein in a second. Feed adjacent Pepe hands, yeah. Right. Okay, like you scuff this jump here. At least you had a plan for that one, right? But you have no you jump here because you're trying to find squishy alone person, jump squishy alone person. Yeah, like I haven't seen you challenge the Ana once either, but we did already talk about that. Right, you jump into the Zarya and you're like, oh shit, she's high charge, I want to leave, right? And then here, you're jumping into people that could be squishy. You see the Ana back there. This would be great to pop Primal because you're going to throw chaos in the mix, and again, you're going to enable your team to push in and do things. When they're no longer able to have a constructive and coordinated fight, you're going to enable your team. This is the time that you want to be primaling. And again, you've had no plan for this jump because you jump in and you're like, oh shit, I'm taking damage. Oh god. And then you have to run, right? Yeah, why didn't you use primal there? Use it here because you're trying to clutch up on the Genji. I feel like for whatever reason, there's something in your brain that's telling you on a bad Genji good, right? Like this is what I want to, like, I don't know if he just looks like a delicious banana or something, right? Like there's a big ol', yeah, he's got the big old banana on his back, right? This golden sword, and you're like, yes, I want that. Monkey want banana. And you jump in and it's just like there's so much more you can be doing, and you keep like hyper fixating on this Genji. Right, so this primal doesn't achieve a whole lot. You jump to disengage, nice, you're out. Look at the Rein gameplay on the defense, right? So the Rein gameplay was actually like not terrible. I don't have too many complaints about the Rein gameplay. Generally, there's only so much that you can do mechanically with Rein on console, right? But my major concerns are you're getting distracted by the wrong things, and because you're getting distracted, you're not protecting your team well. Right? So like keeping the Genji off your support, great, right? Cool, that's fine. Trying to hunt down this Valking Mercy in the sky, not great. And you get punished because you're just like not aware of the situation. You're spinning around. You're just on the point going like, oh, coggers, and you're trying to find the Mercy and it doesn't work out, right? So that's a little bit hard to watch. And then the timing of your aggression is really bad too, right? And this is something that's kind of tangent with the, yeah, I don't have the BTTV enabled somehow. I have to fix that. Remind me to fix that, chat. But you're doing the, like, this is something that exists between Monkey and Rein for you. I'm noticing is you have no idea when to time your aggression either. So yes, your team is screaming at you to drop here, but understand that you have time to play with and you don't have a team to play with, right? Team, not time. And because you didn't have a team to play with, you get focused down because you're thinking about the time too much, right? You're not, or more accurately, you're not thinking about the time that you have to work with, and you're not thinking about the team either that you have to work with. Instead, you're like, I see cart, I must stop cart. My team is telling me stop cart, I do, which makes you an obedient soldier, right? But that's not going to win you a map. And nobody can do anything about this either, right? What happens if you drop a little later? If you drop right here and you're on the cart, D.Va's able to start getting in. Ashe is able to start getting shots in. Like, you watch Overwatch League matches, you watch any sort of competitive Overwatch match, there's a reason that they're doing this at the last possible second. It's because their team is ready to go, right? They're not touching it because they're panicking, oh, the cart's going to get capped. They're touching at the last second, and it looks very clutch, but it's very calculated because it's like, okay, the team's ready, 3, 2, 1, go. And, obviously there's some urgency on the line, right? To quote Kefri, there's urgency behind it, but they know that their team is ready, right? Instead, you're panicking because of the objective, and your team is panicking because of the objective, and you're going in without them, right? And everybody loses out. Well, everybody on your side of the field loses out on this one, right? So team awareness of what's the right thing to do, and when to do it, right? Which sounds so blanket. I know it's not particularly helpful, but the major thing is your timing is way off of your team. Like, you're going in as things are happening to your backline, right? Let's see. Or like your D.Va's going in and you're not, even though your team is behind you, right? Like, you're hesitating and your D.Va's trying to get some help, right? It works both ways. So I'm gonna go back to my web stream. So let's find a nice little whiteboard. What's a nice little whiteboard? Okay, so cool. So what are the things that you need to work on? I would like to see you. So one, and this is for both tanks, right? Timing, right? When do you need to go aggressive? When is okay for you to go in? When is your team ready? So timing / team / situational awareness. This will do wonders for you, right? Right? If you know what's happening and you know what you have to work with and you know when to go in, this will probably prevent a good chunk of your deaths, I think, of where you're going in without your team or your team's going in without you because you're not ready. So don't or have objectives, I think this is what I want to call it, right? This is a bit more blanket than I'd like, but I think it encompasses both the Rein and the Winston pretty well. So for Rein, right, what's important, right? What are the threats? Who's going to hurt your team the most, right? What are the liabilities on your team, right? Who is going to need the protection? Even if you're not actively swinging, that's not always a bad thing if it means that you're enabling your team to do their job, right? So what are the threats and what are the liabilities to your team? This is for Rein gameplay. Oh, I can't spell. That's wrong. Whoops. There you go. So for your Rein gameplay, what are the threats and liabilities? And that's just to be more specific with that. And with Monkey, right, what am I controlling? So what are weak points, right? Like what are squishy targets? Who can I be focusing down? Because again, you never once looked at this Ana, right? You never once figured out how to stage yourself to go for the Ana. You just kept going directly in every time. which we could talk more about that, but I'm kind of running out of time for the night. So what are the weak points for you to take advantage of, and what are the areas you want to deny, right? Um, so this is stuff like, where am I jumping? Because you don't tend to know where exactly you're jumping. God, my handwriting is terrible with a mouse, but hopefully you can read this or at least just live with it. So where are you jumping as a monkey, right? Is this a good spot? Am I going right to the middle of the team? Am I able to get out of this situation? You keep using jump as an engagement tool, never as an escape. Right. So if you plan on holding a spot, you don't need to keep jumping back to it just to get 50 damage in every time. Have your jump ready to go so you can peepo leave. So where are you jumping? And then am I doing anything here? Right. So I know this is something that you weren't as familiar with, and this is a little bit harder. In plat and even in higher ranks, this is a little bit harder to figure out. But am I doing something by being in position, right? And on the high ground, I feel like you didn't think you were doing stuff by holding high ground, but you were a deterrent, right? You made the McCree back way off. You took some pressure off of your supports, and you let people push up just by being on the high ground, or by being on the high ground, you're able to get an off angle. So you I think don't recognize the full potential of the situations you end up in. And you're just thinking, I'm not doing damage here. This position sucks, right? You tend to be a very bloodthirsty tank, is what I've noticed. What was the last thing? I had one more thing. It was related to the where am I jumping? I forget. Oh, use your ult. Right. This sounds dumb. But you keep saving it. I don't know if you're looking for a big play or you're trying to make a montage or something, in which case I can respect it. But like, you held on to Shatter for a whole 2 fights. There's opportunities where you can be cutting off the Genji when you don't have trance up. You can be stopping a push with it. You're just not getting value out of ults because you're never using them. You're waiting for opportunities to use it instead of making opportunities. Yeah, like, I think what you have to understand here is, with the composition that you're running, Earth Shatter isn't a fight-winning ult because it hits 5 people. Earth Shatter is a fight-winning ult because you're breaking apart their team, right? You're killing 2 squishies with it. You're stunning people. You're making sure things happen, right? Everybody looks at the big 5-man Earth Shatters and doesn't realize that there's a process behind it, but nobody's really thinking too much about like the 1 or 2-man Earth Shatters that open up the floodgates for the rest of the team to make something happen, right? Use your Earth Shatter to make opportunities. So let me write that down. Earth Shatter to make opportunities. Actually, I mean, it's not even just Earth Shatter. Actually, let me reverse that. Just make opportunities, right? Primal is not going to be a fight winning ult on its own, no matter what, right? Unless you knock 5 people off a cliff, in which case, have fun on Paul's Sanctum, I suppose. Like, how many times are you going to be able to do that, right? And Earth Shatter doesn't need to get 6 people every time. Earth Shatter just needs to be valuable. And sometimes that just means you're denying 2 ults, right? You're trading out 1 Earth Shatter for a Nano Blade. So make opportunities. Stop counting on it to be because Fairy Godmother breaks shield for you, right? It's not going to happen. So make these opportunities for yourself. Use your ult. And if you throw your ult out, oh well, you'll get it back, right? But seeing 1, 2 ults a game is really painful. This is not a good look overall. But I think that's it for my review. I hope that was helpful. I hope it wasn't too mean-spirited either. I'm going to go back to the chat mode. God, you're good at what you do? Hardly. I really don't think I'm good at what I do. I did not say that. I did not say that, Galen. No, you know who's good at what he does though? Typo in the chat. Go follow him because he's smart. And if you're following Spilo already too, it might be how you found my stream. I'm not sure. If you're following Spilo is really good at what he does too. But I'm still learning, Harv3y. Don't worry about it. Like, so hopefully this is helpful for you though. And Let me know how it goes. You know, give this a week, try out these things, and if you see improvement, like I love to hear about that. Any endorsement helps. You found my stream on Explore and I'm impressed. Well, tell your friends. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, uh I'm pretty new to this actually. I just started coaching back in September and have been working with the North American Scholastic Esports Federation since September, and I also work with Soccer Esports ever since the beginning of the month. So got a little bit of experience, but not quite where I want to be yet. But I really appreciate the kind words. So alrighty, I think that's it for the stream. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, everyone.